Okay, hi, Ray Wood here. How you doing? In this video, I want to show you how ad machine agents are using the power of the ad machine at listing presentations to quickly demo to their sellers how powerful their marketing is and how they are leading the way in social media marketing in their area, and that's why they are dominating. So, first thing I'm going to do, you can see the screen right here, is I'm in a client's account. So you're going to take your laptop to a listing presentation, and the opening line seems to be, if you're sitting there with a seller or two sellers, you're at the kitchen table or at the island counter in the kitchen or wherever it may be, you say to them, do you mind if I share my screen? I'd like to show you how we do, how social media marketing works. And they'll say, of course. So then you can say, okay, well, this is our account. Let me choose a property here that we're marketing at the moment. Now, this is a great, if you're marketing multiple properties for sale, which you should be, show them that you're marketing multiple properties for sale because this is a huge credibility thing, right? So okay, I'm going to click on this one. Now I'm looking for something here where there's been a bit of spend because I want to show them that they're getting a lot of bang for their marketing buck, right? So I'm going to go on this one here, Daffcroft, and I'm going to click and it's going to open up. Now the first thing I do is I say to my seller, are you familiar with how social media paid ads actually works? And they might say yes, but they'll probably say, well, interested to know more, right? So at this point, you're going to say, well, typically when a real estate agent markets a property on Facebook and Instagram, and that's, by the way, where we're getting most of our traffic, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, they run one ad, and you're showing them one ad here, right? Just like that. But we don't do that. We get a lot more value doing this, and you're looking at a platform here called the AI Ad Machine. It's all AI powered, helps us create and run our campaigns. So instead of running just one ad, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, we run dozens and dozens of different ads. Now this is a big point. So this is a bit of a wow factor. This is the first big stage. So the second thing is you're going to need to help your seller understand why we do this. Okay, so you might say to them, a lot of people ask me, why do we run so many ads? Well, we run so many ads because Facebook and Instagram, the platform known as Meta, in the AI world, they love testing, right? Campaigns work better when there's lots of ads being tested at once. So what's actually happening here is all of these ads and these different combinations of ads, and then you might like to show them, just explain there's different copy there, different copy there, different copy there. So this is all going out and it's being tested all at the same time, right? So, and then what's happening in the background is that AI is directing traffic to the best performing ads. Now, it's really important that they get that, because if they don't get that, there's no point going further. You'll just be confusing them, and the confused mind always says no. You don't want confusion, you want clarity. So at this point, you're asking a little qualifying question. So you might be saying something like, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, can you see here how putting out all of these ad campaigns at once is really powerful? Can you see how that's actually working? Because you're looking for some clarification. So again, you might like to say, when all of these ads go out, what's happening? And I'll show you in a moment how this works. But AI is monitoring this in the background, and it's saying, okay, this combination of ad is working really well. Let's send our daily budget to that ad. Do you get what I mean, Mr. and Mrs. Seller? Then you move on. Okay, so you've shown them how awesome you are at creative. You've shown them that you're actively marketing property. So this gives us a huge advantage when you run. So this is stage 2. When you're running this many ads, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, it gives us a huge advantage. Take a look at our costs here, right? And I quickly flick over that. I make sure that that's on the last 30 days. And I can say, I can see in this campaign that we've already had nearly 2,700 clicks for a total cost of $67.80. Now, the average cost per click, do you know, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, what the average cost per click is for a property for sale? They're gonna go no, probably, unless they're in social media marketing. Okay, well, the average cost to market real estate in this area is $1.80. Right? You can see that our cost here is way down at 3 cents. So I can see here that this is 98.33% below the benchmark or below what other agents are paying. And we've got this unique platform right here. And that is so strong because our click-through rate is really high. Do you know what the click-through rate is, Mr. and Mrs. Seller? They're probably going to say no. The click-through rate is the number of people, the percentage of people that simply click on our ad. When we're looking at our phones, they can see that and they click on the ad. That's the percentage. That's the CTR, or the click-through rate. And I don't really care about reach or impressions or views or whatever at this point. I'm interested in the wow factor of a really low cost per click and a really high click-through rate. So, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, at almost 20%, we got one in 5 people who see our ads clicking on it. And in this case, I might just pause here real quick and show them that this campaign is directing traffic to this property right here. And I show them our beautiful marketing, right? So, and this is a very important thing at your listing presentation. You are giving them a realistic, real-world, active campaign, live view into an actual campaign. And I think that's really exciting. So, because I can guarantee you, none of your competitors will be doing that. So you're back in the ad machine here. You've shown them all of that. So, yeah, let's take a look at our numbers. So I can see we're down at 3 cents a click. We've got an amazing, and if you don't know what that is, all you need to do is hover over the eye icon, and you can see that it's $1.80. If you don't know what the average click-through rate is, you can hover over the icon there, and you can see that it's 1.75%. 1.75%. 19.22%. We are nearly 1,000% above benchmarks. Point this out, show them. But here's why all of this matters. Take a look at the savings. So based on those numbers, right, and this is the third part, I guess, of the presentation, and you're getting, so are you with me so far? You're asking these little qualifying questions. You know, if it's somebody older or they're not interested, you can tell by the body language that they're totally bamboozled. So you can say at this point, you know what, this probably doesn't interest you, but it interests me because I'm a marketing person, right? And you're saying that to them. If I'm going to be marketing your property for you, I want to make sure that we're reaching as many eyeballs as possible for as cheaply as possible. So our competition, if they were running this campaign to reach out to 2,688 people to get that many clicks directly to the website, they would have to spend, so I'm adding that figure in my head, $4,317, almost $4,400, right? Basically that figure there. That's essentially what we've got here is $4,400 worth of ads for $67. Can you see how that's an amazing saving? Now, in what world wouldn't somebody want $4,400 worth of ads for $60? Isn't that what we call a no-brainer? So I think that is a really powerful point. Now, that is really, and at this point you can say, can you see how we're getting these great results? Can you see how your listing, and show them this again, all the different combinations of your property for sale is going out there. We don't need to decide which image we want to use because we're putting all of these beautiful images out there. And I can't wait for our professional photographer to come by and show you how amazing these images are going to look. So we want to tell the world, right? So, and at that point, you're looking for, are they interested? Have they got questions? What's going on? So again, you're looking for clarification that they're ready to move forward. Now, you can ask, if your client is an analytical person, you can say something, would you like to, like this, would you like to have a look under the hood to see how it's actually working, what's happening in the back end of the campaign? Because you can demo this really quickly. And at that point, you click on Optimization and Insights, and you scroll down, and you go to Primary Text, and you can say, okay, what we're doing here is I'm going to show you some stats for primary text, images, and headlines, and show you which is working best. So I can see my eye is automatically here going to these 1289, and it says, "G'day, I'll be honest, when I toured 4 Daffcroft Street, Tarrangana, whatever that suburb is, the first thing I noticed was how livable it felt," right? So you can see that, and you're saying to your potential clients, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I can see here that this copy is working best. And can you see here how the ad machine is starting to direct the budget to this to this combination or where that copy is used. Let's have a look at the headlines, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. Okay, looks like all of our headlines are working really well. We've got two winners. We've got this one here and we've got this one here. Looks great. Images, and I'm scrolling down my images. I'm looking for the highest one. I can see here 740. And guys, almost always when you're running property for sale ads in the ad machine, the outside images are going to get more traffic than anything else. It's just the way it is. So more people click on an outside image. So I can see, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, that this image here is working really well. So, and you can see how more of the budget is being directed towards that image. That's the power of AI working in the background, automatically happening. And I go back and revisit this. That's why I go back and revisit my results. That's why we're getting $4,400 worth of traffic for $67. I believe that's the wow factor, guys. That is the really important part. This is where ad machine agents are winning the listing at presentation by demoing their ad machine account. If they want to go a little deeper, you can click here on audience and you can see that the locations, it's all this campaign's just going into Queensland. Okay, placements, you can see that the Facebook feed with 2,500 clicks is beating everything. Demographics, typically the older 65 plus is getting more traffic, etc. And you can see how all of that's working. So you can create a brilliant presentation. We're working with plenty of agents who just use this at the presentation because they know that this is something that their competitors don't have, right? So what you're looking for in any marketing situation is a USP or a unique selling proposition, and this is it, guys. This is it. And again, just show them the power of running multiple campaigns all at once and just getting terrific bang for your marketing buck. How does that sound, Mr. and Mrs. Seller? Can you see this working for your home? That's a great qualifying question, right? It's a little bit of a trial close. When would be a good time to have our photographer come by? I'd love to show you how this works. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a campaign before we even run it. I'd love to show you how it looks inside the ad machine. Is that okay? So just to finish off on that, when you create the campaign, you can create a screenshot of that, right? Or you've got the ability here in the ad machine you can download, you can create a PDF of this or your results, this, there it is right there, and you can show them your numbers, etc. You can quickly create a report, or you can do what I love to do is a little Loom video, LOOM. Okay, that's the story. I would suggest you use this at every listing presentation, guys. It is so powerful. So much amazing feedback from ad machine agents using it. And I'm just excited, as you can tell, to share it. Okay, see you on the next video.